Disclaimer, these settings may or may not feel good on paved or cobblestone surfaces. Just a heads up before you all give me hell.
What do we have here? Oh, you look like such wonderful people. Welcome.
This is WRC 10, and this is a Cammus wheelbase here. Such a sensual wheelbase. Very high quality, very high power, especially for the price. Now, you're looking at $500 for this thing. Direct drive. There are certain aspects of these force feedback settings that do not closely replicate or emulate my real car, which is what I was shooting for. You know, I was trying to replicate my hydraulic power steering in my WRX. When you're driving in the dirt in real life on an uneven surface, you know, a lot of times your wheel will, you know, grab out of your hand, or it'll just kind of like pull you. Those peaks are not as pronounced as they would be in real life. So now let's transition over to the in-game settings. Self-aligning torque is set at 66. This setting allows you to counter steer. It's pretty important in rally. Tire load, you can kind of feel the tires moving underneath you. That's not necessarily how it describes it right here. It says the tire load transmits the force applied in the pneumatic spring compression to the front of the vehicle directly via the resistance of the steering wheel. I don't know why they're wording it like that. Like, this isn't like some science class. They should make this as simple as possible. To my hands, it feels like you can feel the tire flex a little bit under you, depending on the setting. Self-center, obviously, is exactly what it sounds like. So when you let go of the wheel, it's how quickly the vehicle starts to self-center. Recenter force is only for when you're starting a stage. So for instance, if your wheel was like all the way to the right from the last stage because you like power slid into the finish, and you didn't quite know that your steering wheel was like all the way to the right and you just kind of centered it a little bit, thinking like, okay, I'm good. Recenter force will automatically, as soon as the stage starts, it'll get you pretty close to center by itself. It'll go whoop. Tire slip is when you're sideways and you're just like literally sliding, and your sidewalls of your tires are like starting to grip up into the dirt. Suspension is just like how it sounds. It's, you know, the wheel trying to emulate your suspension moving independently, you know, on the left and right sides. Ground surface is, you know, the texture of the ground, like all the little vibrations that come through the tires, the wheels, into the steering wheel, you know, the chassis. You mostly feel the engine setting here when you have your handbrake on, your clutch is in or whatever, then you're just like, you know, hitting the red line. So mostly at the start of a stage. So it's not super important what this is set at, but it feels very arcadey if it's set to high. Collision, I have it set for 150, so if you run into a wall or you run into a tree or something like that, it'll shake a bit. Just kind of like a little reminder that you messed up. So another couple settings you want to take a look at here is under key bindings, steer left and steer right. You want to set both for dead zone 1. Let's go ahead and get into the Cammus settings. So I have my power at 80%, effects at 100%, natural damper at 0, natural friction at 70%, natural inertia 0, idle spring 0, and I have it set for 900 degrees of rotation.
5.
Let's see if we can get it first try.
3, 2, 1. We're off. Into right 4.
I can't hear the pace notes, so if you can hear them, cool. I can't.
Left 6, tighten 3, medium, don't cut.
So I'm gonna make mistakes.
Into right 2, medium.
Yeah, you can feel all the little bumps and things. You can feel like
Left 6,
the car trying to, you know, pull you in the direction it wants to a bit. But it's not so much that you can't like
left 3, short.
you know, control the car.
Into right 4, over bump.
Because I mean, the settings at like 100% are pretty ridiculous in this game.
Into right 5,
This game has quite a bit of output capabilities. Capabilities.
Perfect. And left
Oh,
6,
shit.
into right 5, short, 40. Into left 5, 60.
Yeah, I don't hear the pace notes, so again, if you can hear them, let me know what they're saying. Even though it'll be a little bit too late by the time I get to them. Oh shit.
Caution, brake, square left, opens, 30.
Tight little section right there.
Left 5. And left 4, short.
The windshield wipers make so much more sense in this game than they do in Dirt Rally 2.0. I hate how the windshield wipers work and you have to like hold the button. It's like, that's so stupid. And then you have to like hit it once or twice to toggle it from slow and fast. It's like there's no point. There it is. These settings are a compromise, but these settings will allow you to drive effectively. I think you're gonna like it. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.